Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Chris from Chris Glides and Low Rise, and today on the 23 Harley-Davidson Road Glide 3, I'm going to be installing an Advanblack center console to replace the center console that's on there, the traditional look, and I'm going to be changing it up to this Advanblack style center console. Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Chris from Chris Glides and Low Rise, and today on the 23 Harley-Davidson Road Glide 3, I'm going to be installing an Advanblack center console to replace the center console that's on there, the traditional look, and I'm going to be changing it up to this Advanblack style center console. So as you can see on Grady, I've already changed out the center console for the Advanblack style console. And the first step of removal is I will be removing the gas cap. I will be removing the seat. There'll be one screw that I'll be removing under the seat that attaches the center console. And then there is one screw right there that I'll be removing. So to remove the seat, I used a regular flathead screwdriver for the seat bolt or screw, whatever you want to call it, that goes in the back. This right here is going to be a 3/8 socket. And then the screw that was up there, I used a T25 screwdriver. And make sure you hold on to that screw, because if it falls down in there, who knows where it's going to go. So once you have the T25 screw removed from the center console and the 3/8 bolts removed from the center console, you can go ahead and pull this rubber hose out and lift it right off the bike and remove or release any wires that are clipped to there and sit this in a safe place. While you have the center console removed, it's a good time to go ahead and clean off your gas tank. Don't drop anything in there. Put your gas cap back on so that you don't drop anything in there. Never wipe your bike off with a dry rag. I sprayed my favorite cleaner on my tank before wiping it down, which is a Meguiar's Ultimate Quick Wax, so that I can get a nice shine on my tank before I add on the Advanblack center console. So over here I have the box that my Advanblack parts came in. And I'll go ahead and unpackage these. Inside this is gonna be the gas cap, as well as the hardware that goes with the center console. It should be the gas cap, and then also the part that we removed, which was the 3/8 bolt, is gonna be a bracket that attaches right there that I'll have to put together. So I'm gonna go ahead and unpackage this. So inside my kit, it was actually two bags. One bag contains the gas cap and another bag contains the hardware and rubber weather stripping. And then you have a QR code and phone number and email address if you need help in the box, and some warning information. So as I empty the bag, we have the weather stripping. You're gonna put that on both sides of the center console. And this bag with the hardware in it, just gonna go ahead and line it up right there and put the two supplied screws that come in the bag here, and do not over tighten. As you can see, it has like the threading in there, but do not over tighten, just hand tighten. What I'm gonna do, since these motorcycles have so much vibration, is I'm actually going to use some blue Loctite on these screws that's gonna go inside of there. And so I'll be right back once I put some blue Loctite on. Okay, so I added Loctite to the screws, putting this in place, doing this with one hand. I'm just gonna sit this in here. Come on, man. All right. Hand tighten it. Oops, sorry. hand tighten this on. Then I'm gonna use my screwdriver. All right, y'all, it's late. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm using a T15 screwdriver and I'm tightening up just a tad bit. Actually, this is probably a T20. 15 is slipping, as you can see. This is 25 ain't gonna fit, so let's go back over here. All right, so it was a T15. Okay, now I've already put the weather stripping on. I don't know why I'm calling it weather stripping, but I put the rubber stuff on the side and time to put it onto the bike. I'll put this on right here, see how it fits. Gonna make sure that all these wires and stuff are underneath of this and sitting on here straight. I'll position it as best as I can. And then once I position it, I'll go ahead and loosely put the 3/8 bolt in and just make sure you position it really well up top right here. See how that should fit where there's like no gaps or no openings. And if you buy the $50 one on Amazon, there's gonna be a large gap right here where the gas cap goes, and it looks real ugly. So this Advanblack one painted is like $200 and something, but I mean, it's the only one with the correct hole size. All right, so these are the two screws in my hand. The first one was the one that came off the original center console, and the second screw is black, as you can see. And this came with the Advanblack center console. It didn't come with this Allen key. So luckily I had one. But as you can see, there's a big hole right there that goes into the gas tank. You don't want these screws to fall in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and install the new gas cap. So one thing to note is that when you get it, it's gonna come with all these rubberized parts and stuff on there. All three of those don't go on. It'll have two flat ones and then one round one. So what happens is, if you're installing the cap with the Advanblack tank extension piece that goes on, this will sit a little bit higher, so you'll use the rubberized one. And so if you're not using that piece, then it just goes with the two flat ones. And I'm gonna push them up higher on there so that we can go ahead and screw that in place. So I'm just pushing them down to the top, to the back, top, or whatever you want to call it. So this is how I've been positioning mine and not using the rounded one. So if I'm wrong, y'all let me know. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this on. I'm gonna just open this up. So it opens by pushing down, and then now you could actually turn it in place. So the reason why I'm doing that is because I want to get the correct fitting of how it should sit on the tank. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add the screw in to the front and add the bolt into the back. Oh, that didn't sound good. Move this over. So actually, I won't put this on tight because I didn't like the way that sounded when I tried to clip it in back there. Just be more careful. Got to be more careful with what my buddy at work always says. All right, so I'm gonna push that down, it bends. All right, cool. So it's all right, everything's good. Nothing was broken during the making of this video. Okay, so far, so what I did is I made sure that these wires weren't trapped under there, causing an extra tension, causing that cracking sound. And I just hand tightened the 3/8 bolt on, and I decided not to put this on yet. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put it on. And this is loose, and that's loose up top. I got a good fitting around the rim here. And now I'm gonna go ahead and take this and go ahead and install this on. I think I'm gonna put some Loctite on here. Okay, I didn't put that much, but I did put some on there, and I decided to do that because with my factory one on the Lowrider S, that thing was loose, and I didn't even change that out. So it's kind of dark down in there, so I can feel where it needs to go, but I'm gonna put the phone down so I could definitely get that in. The screw is long enough to reach down in there. I could feel that. I can feel it good enough to where I can hand tighten it some. And but I need 2 hands at this point, so I'll be back. All right, so I did have to loosen the gas cap and back that screw all the way out. And I do have threading now. And I'm not gonna tighten that all the way because I know that it's gonna be a pain to get that back down. And I wanna make sure my adjustments are up here. So I would just get that one started first and adjust the gas cap and be careful getting that back in. Okay, so once I screwed that in as far as I can get it pretty tight, after I put the bolt back in, everything, I determined everything was in place. It was a little, a few adjustments to be made or whatever, but it's not rocket science. I was able to put that on, slide the seat back on, screw the bolt in, and this is how it looks afterwards. Exactly like the other Road Glide. But one thing I'll mention is that the sooner you do this, you don't get the black marks or the marring from this part wearing down. So this is the before and after. The marks that I'm talking about are like these wear marks that you get right there if you wait to do this after a long time. I need to buff that out, but this bike only has under 300 miles and it's fairly new. So this is something that I would recommend doing as soon as you get the bike, if that's the style and look that you want to go for. I like it. Always liked how they did that with the CVO models, and it just gives it a more modernized look. So on this bike, the only thing that was remaining original to make it look like a limited was the old style center console that had like the communicator box in. Now with the tour pack off and the console changed, the only way you would know this bike is a limited is by looking in there, seeing the fans and the, the coolers and stuff like that. And when the tour pack is back on, you could tell it's a limited. But I wanted to have more of a special, Road Glide special look, and kind of going for the replica CVO look. And with this, I wanted to try and just give it an overall more modernized look than the traditional center console. I want to keep it more trendy looking than traditional. So that's it. All right, YouTube, that's gonna do it for this episode of Chris Glides and Lowrides for the install of the Advanblack center console. It was about $220 painted or $240 painted. I was able to get it shipped to me within a week. And because they had that in stock, I think Vivid Black was probably one of the reasons that I was able to get it so fast. And I like the way it looks on there. Let me know, comment, and let me know how it looks. The next thing that I have for this build is I ordered the Baja Design LP6 lights. One light in the front will be amber and the other light will be clear. I have one inside of the Lowrider S, and I did the install on that. On this one, I will be doing the wire harness install, and I will be installing a bracket on the inside. That is a $1,400 or $1,500 build. And but I am very satisfied with how bright the Baja Design LP6 lights are, and I like that off-road look on the bikes. It just gives it a meaner look. That's one of the first things you notice on a motorcycle is any type of headlight modifications that you do. Well, anyway, I'll talk to you guys soon, and stay tuned for the next upgrade to this motorcycle.